Democratic presidential candidate Bernie Sanders has been campaigning on the promise that socialism is the answer for the problems with the American economy, and he's attracted a powerful audience of young people. But as Dale Hurd reports, critics say they don't know what life under socialism is really like.
Democratic presidential candidate Bernie Sanders thinks what America needs is socialism.
Healthcare should be a right of all people, the right to go to a public college or university tuition free, at least 3 months of paid family and medical leave.
The 74-year-old senator has become a rock star to many millennials who believe in his message and like all the free stuff he's offering.
They say he is saying all the things that I need and I want. I want health care. I want an education. I don't want to have to be paying back my student loans for years and years and years.
Have a lot of student debt. I think that he's going to do great things for education.
Gender equality and equal pay and equality for everyone.
Sanders is careful to call his program democratic socialism and doesn't mention Cuba or North Korea, where the average person makes less than $2,000 per year. Or Venezuela, where socialism has resulted in food shortages. Or the Union of Soviet Socialist Republics, where young Sanders went on his honeymoon. He talks instead about European social democracies. It's true that Europe has a long history with socialism, and some of it isn't pretty. France is the land where some joke that communism succeeded. The French have the kind of welfare state Sanders wants, and from which the French government is trying to escape. France is trapped. Having built a welfare state it can no longer afford, it keeps raising taxes, killing the businesses that it needs to fund its welfare state. While Bernie Sanders has said he would like Americans to work less, France's socialist president François Hollande is trying to get the French to work more by ending the 35-hour work week. But the French don't take kindly to having their welfare yanked by the government. They tend to protest and sometimes set things on fire. French free market economist Emmanuel Martin says socialism has also weakened the French work ethic and entrepreneurial spirit, making people psychologically dependent on the state.
Individuals cannot be responsible. They need daddy, the state, to do things for them. It's terrible because we're not able to be grown-ups in a way. We're not grown-ups. We're just, when you have those people demonstrating in the streets, again, they're just asking for Santa Claus.
While polls show most Democrats in the U.S. now believe socialism has a positive impact on society, half of French young adults say they would flee France if they could, because the future looks so bleak.
The entrepreneurial young people of France, they are heading elsewhere. They're going to London, they're going to Asia, they're going to the United States.
American millennials are understandably concerned about their futures. They've entered the workforce during one of the weakest economic periods in decades. Cato Institute fellow Michael Tanner.
Well, look, if you're young and your student debts are piling up and you don't know whether there's going to be a job when you get out of school, the prospect of somebody telling you he'll give you something, that sounds pretty good.
They've seen capitalism bashed in school and in the media as the problem and not the solution.
But the fact is that if you want economic growth, if you want those jobs, if you want prosperity, capitalism is what produces it.
Statistics show that the freest economies are the most competitive. Sanders thinks America should follow Scandinavia.
And I think we should look to countries like Denmark, like Sweden, and Norway, and learn from what they have accomplished for their working people.
But what Scandinavia is Sanders talking about? Sweden, Denmark, and Norway all have lower business taxes than the United States, which has the highest corporate tax rate in the developed world. Sweden has cut taxes and partially privatized healthcare and Social Security. Denmark has cut back too.
I think he's basically wrong about what they are. Those are not really socialist economies. What they are is capitalist economies, in some cases more fiercely competitive than our own, with social programs sort of layered on top of them.
One study showed Sanders' socialism could cost the U.S. $18 trillion.
But I do believe that the middle class and the working families of this country, their incomes should go up, not down.
And the data shows that the best chance for that to happen is with capitalism. It's It's what some French wish they had more of.